95 degrees. Two women waiting at the same corner. One of them looks like the heat is winning. The other looks like she has somewhere to be and the weather has nothing to do with her. Same sun, same hour, different clothes. That is the entire difference. 7 things today. The last one is the one nobody says out loud, and it happens at a swimming pool. Stay with me for that one. Number 1, the Skort upgrade. Most closets have 3 things in them for hot weather: bike shorts, flared shorts, a Skort. They look like 3 versions of the same idea. They are not, and the difference is not the length. It is where the fabric touches the leg and where it lets go. Bike shorts hold the leg the whole way down. Every inch of that fabric is in contact with skin. In heat, the fabric goes damp, and once it goes damp, it stops sliding. Watch a woman walk in them at 2 in the afternoon and you can see it happening. The hem creeps. She pulls it back down at the crosswalk. She pulls it down again getting out of the car. Flared shorts touch at the top and then release, and that release happens at exactly 1 point, right where the flare starts. If that point lands on the widest part of the thigh, the fabric stops there, and the eye stops there with it. It draws a line across the leg and holds it. A flowing Skort touches at the waist, and then it is finished. From the waist down, it hangs off the body. Air underneath, nothing gripping anything. From the front, it reads as a skirt, and there are shorts under it. So she gets in a car, sits on a low bench, goes upstairs, and never once arranges herself. Here's the part I would say standing in front of you with the thing in my hand. Where the fabric releases matters more than how long it is. A fuller thigh wants the release above the widest point, not on it. A fuller seat wants it coming off the waistband itself, not off the hip. Same Skort, 2 different builds. One hangs from the waist and floats, one grips at the hip and rides. The one that grips is the one that stops leaving the drawer by the 2nd week of July. I had a client who owned 3 pairs of good shorts and wore the same navy Skort 4 days a week. She thought she was being lazy. She was not being lazy. It was the only thing she owned that let go of her. Number 2, the neck trap. Every summer, a woman tells me she is covering her neck. A scarf tied close, a high collar, a little stand-up neckline that comes right up under the jaw. She believes she is being discreet. Let me tell you what everyone standing in front of her actually sees. A closed neck draws a hard line straight across, right under the face. The eye hits that line and stops. Everything above it, the jaw and the chin and the cheekbones, is now sitting on a shelf. The neck is gone. And when the neck is gone, the face reads shorter and heavier. That is not skin doing that. That is a horizontal line in the wrong place. Then there is the heat, which is the part she did not sign up for. The body throws heat off through the neck and the upper chest first. Close that off with fabric and the heat has nowhere to go, so it stays under there. That is the flush that climbs while she is standing perfectly still. Open the neckline and 2 things happen at the same time, and you can see both of them. Air gets out, and length comes back. There is a run of skin from the collarbone up to the jaw, and the eye travels it instead of stopping at a band. Do this at a mirror. Same shirt, button to the throat. Look. Now open 2 buttons and push the collar back off the neck. Change nothing else. Just look at what happened to the face. This is framing, not hiding. A V, a soft scoop, an open collar with the points spread wide apart, a necklace that lies flat on the chest instead of sitting up in the hollow of the throat. And if there is a scarf she truly loves, do not tie it around. Fold it long and let both ends hang down the front. 2 vertical lines instead of 1 band across. I have been doing this for 30 years, and I have never once met a woman whose neck was the problem. It was the neckline, every time. Number 3, bare legs, her rules. Hose. Somewhere along the line, a woman was told that bare legs after 60 are not appropriate, and she has been in stockings every August since, in 90-degree heat, out of politeness. Now, hose does look dated in a lot of photographs. That much is true. But it is not her age doing that. and it is not the hose itself. It is the color, and the color was chosen for somebody else. The packet says Nude. Hold it up to the window before you open it. It is a beige with pink in it. That shade was matched to pale skin, and on pale skin, it does what it is supposed to do, which is disappear. Over deep brown skin, it does not disappear. It sits on top. Pink over brown reads as gray, every time. You can see it best on the shin, where the light hits hardest. The leg goes flat and chalky and looks like it is behind something, because it is. Then there is the sandal, and this is what does the real damage. The foot is one color and the leg above the strap is another. That is the dated look, right there in that 1 inch. It was never the legs, it was the mismatch. So, bare is fine, bare is correct, lotion, and a shoe she can genuinely walk in. And if she wants sheer on her legs for a wedding or for church, then buy it the way she buys foundation. Match her own undertone, warm or red or golden, whatever she actually is, and go 1 shade deeper than she thinks she needs. Never lighter. Lighter is what makes the gray film. Test it in daylight before the day. Pull it onto one leg only. Stand at a window with the bare leg beside it. If the covered leg still looks like her leg, it works. Keep it. If it looks like her leg seen through a screen door, it is the wrong color. And no hem length and no shoe on earth is going to fix that. Number 4, white, worn with structure. You have heard this advice your whole life. Be careful with white in the summer, it is harsh, it washes you out. That advice was written for pale skin, and it got repeated so many times that nobody ever went back and checked who it was written for. On deep brown skin, white is the strongest contrast available, not just in summer, all year. It is the one color that steps back and lets the skin do all the work. Watch what happens on camera when white sits next to brown skin. The skin looks lit from the inside. So white is not the problem. Here is the problem. White with no edge on it anywhere. A soft white tee, a soft pull-on white trouser, no collar, no seam, no waist, nothing firm in the whole outfit. White reflects light evenly, so it gives the eye almost no shadow to hold on to. If the garment has no structure either, there is nothing at all to read, and the whole outfit turns into one soft shape. That is the reflection she catches in a shop window and does not like and cannot explain. Give white one hard edge and it turns into money. A collar, a seam down the front of a trouser, a defined waist, even if it is just a belt laid over a loose dress. Look at Tracee Ellis Ross in white. It is nearly always one strong, structured piece carrying the whole thing. A sharp jacket or a real shirt collar or a trouser with a crease down it. And then everything else around it is loose and easy. One firm thing, everything else relaxed. Try it tonight with what is already in the closet. White top and tuck 1 inch of it in at the front only. Just the front. Leave the sides and the back out. Or throw a shirt over it, sleeves pushed up past the elbow, hanging open and unbuttoned. You have just built an edge, and now the white has a shape to sit inside. If something in the last 2 items clicked, tap the like. That is genuinely how these reach the next woman who needs to hear them. Number 5, the featherweight third piece. Arms. There is beautiful summer clothing hanging unworn in closets all over this country because of arms. And the answer she keeps getting handed is a cardigan. In 90 degrees. So she wears it for 11 minutes, takes it off, carries it over her arm for the rest of the day, and never puts it back on. The cardigan is not wrong because it covers. It is wrong because of weight. You can settle this with your hands in about 4 seconds. A knit is dense. It holds air in, and heat comes with the air. A cotton gauze, a fine linen, a soft voile, a good viscose, hold any of those up against a window. Light comes through it. That is the entire test. If light comes through, air comes through. And here is the part you can see on a woman across a room, which is the part that matters. A cardigan sits on her. She stops walking and it goes still, hanging dead off the shoulder. A featherweight piece keeps moving after she does. She turns to say something and the fabric takes half a second to catch up with her. That half second is what people read as expensive. It is not the price, it is the delay. Pat Cleveland has been doing exactly this for 50 years. Fabric that travels with the body instead of sitting on it. Watch her walk and stop watching her face for a moment. Watch what the fabric does behind her. So, what to look for? A long open shirt in linen. A gauze duster that hits the knee or below. A cotton kimono. Open down the front, always. Not buttoned, not belted shut. That gives you 2 long vertical lines running down her sides with the whole body between them. Arms covered, front of her still visible. End the sleeve. End it below the elbow, or end it well above the widest part of the upper arm. What you never want is a sleeve stopping right at the widest point, because a hem is a line, and a line says, "Look here." Below the elbow, the eye runs off the end of the sleeve and keeps going. Number 6, fabrics that breathe. Turn the garment inside out and read the label before you look at the price, the size, or the color. This is the item that saves the most summers. Polyester holds heat and it will not move water. The moisture has nowhere to go, so it stays between the fabric and the skin, and then it shows up as a dark patch in exactly the places a dark patch shows. Under the arms, down the center of the back. And expensive polyester behaves exactly like cheap polyester. Nobody in a shop will tell you that. A $90 polyester blouse and a $15 polyester blouse do the identical thing in August. With the expensive one, you are paying for the cut. You are not paying for comfort, because comfort is not for sale in that fiber. Linen, cotton, and viscose move moisture off the skin and let it out. That is the whole difference. Off and out. She stays dry looking, and dry looking is most of what people read as composed. I will say this once and then leave it alone. A hot flash in a southern August is not a small thing, and no styling tip is going to make it a small thing. But polyester makes it last longer and announces it to the room. Cotton does neither. That is not vanity. That is an afternoon spent out of the house instead of at home. Now, linen. Somebody has told her linen is too much trouble because it wrinkles, and she has believed it for years. Here is what I tell every client who says that to me. A linen crease is not a failure. It is evidence the fabric is doing its job. That crease is what movement and air look like on cloth. Look at photographs of well-dressed women in hot countries, all of them in linen, all of it creased. Every one of them looks expensive. And if a dress needs to hold up through a long day, look for linen blended with viscose. It creases softer and falls longer. Same breath, less collapse. Number 7, the swimsuit permission. There is a chair at every pool, every hotel, every family reunion, every cruise, every backyard. And there is a woman sitting in it, fully dressed, cover up on, holding a drink she is not drinking, watching everybody else in the water. She will tell you she does not feel like swimming. She says it every single time, and she has been saying it for 11 years. That is the real summer mistake, and it is not her body. Nobody grows out of water. What happened is that she pulled on the wrong kind of suit, and she decided the problem was her. Here is the actual difference, and you can see it on the rack before you ever take one off the hanger. A cheap suit is stretched. One thin layer, skinny straps, no lining, and it simply pulls tight over whatever is underneath it. A built suit is constructed. There is a lined bodice. There is a real seam under the bust. The strap is wide and sewn into the body of the suit. The fabric has weight in your hand. Hold the two up side by side. The stretched one collapses. The built one holds its own shape while you are holding it. A fuller bust needs that built bodice, a seam underneath and a lined front, so the suit lifts and holds, and the neckline stays where it was put, not a wider strap. Wider straps are what keep getting offered, and they do nothing on their own. A strap cannot carry anything if the front of the suit is not built, and the neckline wants to be defined enough to read as a top from across the pool. A square neck, a firm scoop, a proper V with an edge to it. Then a sarong or a wide-leg linen trouser goes over the bottom half, and she is dressed. She walks from the water to the lunch table without changing, without a towel held in front of her. Buy the suit. Get in the water. One sentence, and if nothing else from today stays with you, keep this one. In heat, it is not what you cover that matters. It is whether the fabric lets go of you. That is all of it. Where it touches, where it releases, whether light and air pass through it. Say that sentence to a friend this week and she will understand it faster than you did. Next time we are doing jeans, including the 10-second check that tells you a pair is cheap before you ever try them on. And here's what I would like to know down in the comments because I read them and they tell me what to make next. What is the one summer thing you stopped wearing? And do you still have it hanging in the closet? Subscribe if you want the jeans one when it comes.